welcome to my the second series, guys, of Beast Quest. Today is our first book, and it's Zepha, the monster squid. Just finished it today, this morning actually. Now, series 2 starts off with, right after the first plot, with, sorry, yep, with Tom assuming that Malva is still out there. And eventually we discover at the party, the wizard Adaro was going to give him this gift for the Beast Quest from the first series, which is this golden armor, and if you wear it, you get heightened strength and all that. So it's another great powerful thing. So they go there, but when they get to the room where the chamber is, all that's there is the stand for the armor. Turns out Malavel's servants, his winged bats, have took it, think they're magic. So they've taken the armor and separated it into 6 individual pieces, because that's what the armor's composed of, right? And they've separated it all over Avantia. Since he couldn't use, I'm guessing he couldn't use it himself because he's not worthy enough. Wizard Adara thinks he'll be worthy. So Tom's quest now is to find these 6 pieces of armor and stop and recover them. Eventually, though, he finds that Malvel has said that he has evil beasts guarding the armor pieces. So, and he says, "Watch out for my first monster called Zepha." And since he only says is the name, he don't know what the creature is. When they go to the where Sepron's place is, turns out there's more boat destruction. They think it's Sepron again, but no, it turns out to be Zepha. Now I want to get into some stuff here. First off, it's a nice touch with. Before I finish the story, a nice touch with those bats, because the bats make a form face that reminds me of Wizard of Oz in a way, when they make a giant face, because you've got this dark wizard who's in a giant face thing, so that's a nice reference. And Tom gets back the determination thing from the Epos book. He has that anger that he hates with Malavel. Anyway, they come to a fisherman, and Tom uses his smarts to outsmart the bidding. He claims that if I jump, I bet I can jump into a whirlpool, because this Zepha is creating whirlpools and destroying boats that way. So they go there, and he jumps in, of course, big surprise, and Zepha turns out to be a giant monster squid, of course. So he faces him, and he resurfaces. He couldn't fight him by himself because he gave his weapons to Eleanor because he liked his friends too much. He didn't want them to get rid of him, so he wanted to protect them. So you go back to Eleanor, and the fisherman says, "I'm not taking you again, so screw it. I'm not going to risk myself and my ship on a whirlpool." So, like in Sepron, they steal another boat. Same thing. This book has a lot of references to the Sepron book. Speaking of Sepron, we'll get that later. It turns out that Wizard Adaro says that you can summon Sepron, so they go there with Elena and company to call Sepron, and Sepron helps out with Eleanor's Sepron team up while Tom faces Zepha. So while Tom goes for the helmet, Zepha gets the tar beaten out of him by Sepron. Yeah. Eventually, he uses an ink attack to scare him off, but then Sepron comes back, and my God, does he finish him off! He squeezes him with his own body. I'm talking about Sepron here. He calls his entire body like a snake, and then it causes Zepha to explode by squeezing him to death, and he turns into a bunch of little squids, and I think he like fades, all those little squids fade away. So yeah, and that's how Zepha gets killed. So we actually get to see some beast killage in this book, which is going to be great. After that, they get the helmet and they think it's all good, but then when the vision shows up, you think it's going to be the wise wizard Adara giving another message, but no, it turns out Malville has him captured. So props on Malville, he's really outthinking this plan. So he says that you'll fail my next challenge, and I'm guessing in case he does fail, he has a backup plan with Wizard Adaro as a hostage. So yeah, Tom's got to get all the pieces of armor and beat his next opponent, Claw, the giant monkey, I believe he's called. So look forward to that in the next book. But for Zepha, the monster squid, I'm going to say it's a good start for Series 2. When I say, I'm not going to compare it to the first series of books, but if I had to compare it to one, it had to be Sephiron versus the Sea Serpent, like for all those catching of events, and maybe Eopos the Flame Bird for the Malville stuff. But still, it's a good welcome introduction to Series 2, and I liked it. It was a better one than the introduction to Series 1, mind you, but still, I liked it. I liked the introduction to Series 2. Thank you, Zepha, and I'll see you next time with Claw.